What's up, crew? We're back. You're gonna need 2 implements. Preferably something smaller for what's below, and then maybe something could be a little bigger, like a foam roller or something like that. You can actually use a rolling pin or the water bottle technique that we've used a couple times. We're gonna get after those knees again. So we're gonna hit the quads so that the smaller ball or whatever the thing is, I'm using a peanut, that's 2 lacrosse balls taped together. Lots of cool application for that. I'm putting it right next to the knee. I already feel it, it's great. The other implement, the little bit bigger one, is gonna go between the legs, and now I'm literally smushing my quad and trying not to cry as I move that leg through the range of motion that I would if I was running. So you're gonna spend at least 2 minutes, 3 minutes would be better. Oh, yeah, and you're gonna breathe and do all the breathing stuff. And you can kind of move that around, get in there. Probably a smaller implement is gonna be better at this. It's gonna get a little deeper. I know for me, like this quad area, like right next to the knee, you know, that cool muscle that sticks out, that's the one that gets me on this. So I'm really trying to not avoid that area. So I'm squishing it down and literally just moving, maybe tilting front to back and giving it a good squish and movement. So 2 to 3 minutes per side, flip over, see how you feel. I will say this is the next stretch is gonna be the couch stretch. I've taught this many times to a lot of people at the gym. And this is the number one. Without fail, this is the number one exercise I give to my clients here at the gym. I think maybe in my entire career, 12 years, I've had 2 people be able to do this, no problem, no pain, no nothing. The reason for that is the couch stretch undoes all the sitting that we do. And as a society right now, we just sit way too much. So I'm gonna show you from the front because I wanna point out some things, and then I will show you from the side to make sure we're doing it. So when I switch positions, you stay in your position. We're gonna go 2 to 3 minutes per side. Okay, setting up my timer so I don't talk forever. Can't make any promises. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do, we're on our hands and knees, my feet are touching the wall. Okay, my hands are here. I'm gonna pull one knee all the way to the wall. My back foot is nice and straight. Please don't judge me on my dirty feet. I just did the jump rope video. Okay, so foot is straight. My heel is in line with my butt. That's really important. So if you can see my foot to the side, I'm not quite doing this right. I'm gonna switch sides because I stretched that side with a client the other day, or earlier today. I'm gonna squeeze my butt, I'm gonna push my hips forward, and I'm gonna bring this bottom foot as far forward as I can. Really making sure my abs are nice and tight. We don't want the banana back, which I'll show you when I do the side view. Okay, so this is position 1. If you can squeeze your butt and take a full breath with no pain, like me right now, 0 pain, I feel nothing. It's time to graduate. If you feel something in that position, stay there for a full minute. Okay, so position 2, my hands are still on the ground. I'm still pushing the hips forward and squeezing the glutes. I'm really working on driving the hips towards the floor. Okay, my hands are on the inside because I'm trying to actually pass. If I do this, you see how my body is stopped by my quad? So make sure you're here because we need to get forward. From here, we are going to sit up. However, I can only sit up as far as I can squeeze my glute, okay? So this is position 3, and then position 4 is going all the way to the wall. So I don't own this position right now. I'm super cheating because I know how to make it look good, okay? I can't squeeze my glute. Oh, maybe a little. I can play in this position. Anyway, back to the wall. This is full range of motion of the hip. This is full hip extension, being able to squeeze my belly, squeeze my butt, and sit all the way up back to the wall. That is normal hip function for the human body. That is not, I'm a gymnast, I'm a ballerina, I have crazy flexibility, and it's nuts. That's normal. We should all have that. Runners, specifically, you guys do hip flexion a million times. How many steps, especially if you're doing 180 beats per minute, 90 per side, you're doing 90 steps per minute. Think about how many minutes you run and think about how many reps you're giving your body in that hip flexion, which is up, right? So if I do this, that's hip flexion, and I'm not getting into extension, okay? So this stretch is all about getting into that extension position to undo all the damage that you just did from all those steps. Do the math, that would be interesting. I would love for you to comment on my YouTube video. How much? Okay, from the side. If you're ready to switch sides, we are just coming on 3 minutes, so you can switch sides if you want. Okay, from the side, a couple things we're focused on here. Calf stretch. And Kelly Starrett has a million videos that sound way smarter than me. So if you're feeling like this is a good stretch for you, please go watch his videos. He's way smarter than me. I just follow and do what he says because he's so brilliant. So first thing from the side that I want to show you is that straight line between my knee, my hip, and my shoulder. So this is that banana back. See how my belly is all pooching out and my hips are kind of broken? Anytime you push your hips back, that's a broken hip. Okay, so I'm really pushing forward and squeezing that glute. Okay, so position 1, that feels pretty good. I'm actually feeling the stretch a little bit, so in a perfect world, I'd stay here. I'm gonna come up into my lunge shape, a little tighter on this side, but I can still squeeze my glute and push my hips forward. Okay, so hopefully I have a straight line from my knee, hip, that's not my knee, shoulder, hip, knee, staying nice and tight, pushing it forward. So here's what I was talking about. Position 3 is coming up into this shape without moving the butt. So here's what happens. Without fail, everyone does it. Okay? They sit up like this. Okay? I could do this all day. It's doing nothing. My hip is broken. Okay? I have to be able to squeeze my glute and push my hips forward. If you want to use like a box or a, the word just escaped me. I don't know, like a bench or a stool from your kitchen or an ottoman. That's the word I was looking for. You want to put an ottoman there? You can do that. Okay, so I'm going to sit up, and then in a perfect world, my box wouldn't move because it's so heavy, and I'm not. Squeeze the butt, push the hips forward. Hopefully, I still have that straight line. Too bad. It's pretty good. And I can squeeze my glute over and over and over, and then I'm getting more quad biased. So if your quads are super tight, sitting up straight is going to be what gets you in the quads. If your hips are super tight, being in this lower position is going to help you open up those hips. So depending on your body and your needs, you may need to spend more time in one position or the other. Just because I can get to position 4 doesn't mean that's where I should hang out. For me, it's my hips because I sit a lot more because I'm doing a lot more admin, uploading good YouTube videos and whatnot. So I'm gonna need to spend more time. Like I feel more in this position. So just because I can get into this position and it doesn't make you cooler, okay? So maybe I need to change it. Maybe it's not 1, 2, 3, 4, something else. However, normal hip function is being able to sit up all the way. Is that it? That's it. Calf stretch every day for the rest of your life. See you tomorrow.